We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Giants. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. In motion left comes Brown. Here's a 2nd and 7. Over the middle here to Brown. And he works free. He's still on his feet. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Looking to put a drive together.
Come on. 70 Timberwolves. Ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Gibbs straight ahead. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. The Giants at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they move back above 500 with a victory last week.
And you look at their start, a win, a loss, then a win. This might be something we see from them a lot this year, because when they're at their best, they can play with anybody. But bringing their best every week, that's been a challenge thus far.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Check. Hurt. Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. He connects with Hyatt. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Eagles' 39-yard line.
Check, Bronco 80.
Now a give to Gibbs, running left.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Their bread and butter is their passing game. After that last play, maybe they need to go back to that passing game.
Well, what's been good for them along the way is they understand their identity. They are a passing team, but they do like to mix in the run every now and then just to keep people off balance. Didn't work very well on that one, but all in all, I like their philosophy.
And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down, but they decided.
And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. A great effort there. 28 yards. And the Giants are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
2nd and 9 now.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught inside the 20.
And he'll be taken down after big yardage, but folks, there is a flag down, and they're already walking this one back.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
In motion goes the tight end. Now back to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
Let's go. 19, Charger, 19.
Brown goes in motion left.
Ready, right?
2nd and 13. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
79 Broncos. 70 Timberwolves.
They'll drop to throw.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. 7-7, our score after one. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession, as they've got it, looking at a 4th down and 2. They'll run with Barkley. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
So they convert on 4th, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Panthers 60. Panthers 60. Go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Here we go. Check. 60 Vikings.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 19 Lions. Ready.
They'll look to throw here.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
In punt formation for the Eagles.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Come on. Cougar 19.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Finding room at midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Giants first down.
Let's go now.
10 at the 48-yard
First
line.
ball 80. Cougar 19.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and a yard.
Tag. Hunter. 70 Lions. Hey, Trash.
He'll look to throw.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's another Giants first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
33-yard line.
Tackled that time by Derek Hall.
Brings up second and 9.
19 Tiger.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Ball at the 33, second and 9.
Cowboys. 60 Eagles. Ready.
Trying the left side with Gibbs.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him. There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself. Know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold it, still sold out of earth.
Get up. Hawk 70.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs as the first half is winding down. And the Giants have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I thought at first he'd try to run, but he just kept buying time to his right. Finally, nothing there. He wisely gets rid of it.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set. Past the 60. Past the 60.
Looking to throw. He sets to fire deep.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 15.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
They'll throw now on the final play.
They'll set up the wide receiver screen here for Neighbors.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Giants.
It's all about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Let's go.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Let's go now.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Vikings. 60 Vikings.
Barkley inside handoff. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27.
Come on, come on.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. His throw caught right around the 6. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Ready, go!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the Giants' 5-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Set. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Ready.
2nd and 5. Now, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Eagles have got it back to within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
14.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
For a quick second there, I thought we were about to have a repeat performance of a kickoff return for a touchdown. This guy's on fire today.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Check. Go street. Panther 11.
They'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 22.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Hey, smash. Ready.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 24. 81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll go with a keeper. And he will have a Giants first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my Facebook.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, let go. Cougar 19. Ready.
On the give, here's Gibbs. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Quickly into the hands of Neighbors off the RPO. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Ready, go. Viking 18. Get up.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Drop 60, drop 60, go! Gotta be lying.
Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 21 yards there on third down.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
Come on, come on. Set. Stretch the Eagles, stretch the Eagles. Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 79 Broncos.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter.
And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2nd and 4. Wide open receiver complete.
He's to the 15.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Malik Neighbors.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Dragon 60. Let's go now. Viking 18.
They'll set up to throw. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line. Well, time, I mean, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away. They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brings up a third down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
He was taken down.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4. And the Giants send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Second and 10.
Cougar 19. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at triple zeros. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, third and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the first down right near the 24. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That is caught. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw again.
Now he's going to step up and run.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. For the left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Eagles.
Back. Cowboy 80. Bang.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Towards the end zone for Brown. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
And this is a situation where as a head coach you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Streak, go streak, hurt, Riggs.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Here we go, start. Go.
Hand off now to Gibbs. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further.